right, welcome to an episode of Within the Bee. It's where I tell you stories and of things that happen in my life and the things that I think in my head during these stories. So strap in, because some of these are wild. Today, I want to talk about a show that I had up at a winery. I don't know, about recently, about a month ago. And I don't know how to process it, so I'm working through it. So that's why I'm kind of telling the story. So I'm playing the show. It's no problem. It's a 3-hour bit down in Ortona, and having a great time. It's always a blast playing there. And anyway, I got the staples of my set list that I go through, and there's some songs that I love playing more than others, and I typically only play songs that I really enjoy playing. One of those songs is In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. Just love that song, love the artist, or at least the music that they make. And I had this lady come up to me at the show, and it was like during like a lull period. She came up and she tipped me and she left. And then on her way out, she said thank you for playing that In Your Eyes song. And of course, hey, no problem, whatever, And she goes, no, it was my husband and I's wedding song, and he's passed now, and he's been gone. Today would be 6 years, and so that was a really special moment for me that you played that song. And that's wild, man. I mean, I thanked her and said, God bless and the whole nine, and she tipped, and that was nice. I said thanks, I said that's not necessary. Thank you so much. Glad I could have a moment, but I don't know. That's hard to process. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm happy for her that I was able to elicit some kind of a time or a memory or experience at one of my shows. Like, isn't that the greatest thing that we can do as performers? But it's weird. So I think, number one, like, who am I to be a facilitator of moments like that? Like, why me? Of all the people on the planet, like why me? Why would I be fortunate enough to be put in a position like that? That's wild. But that aside, on the other hand, what's kind of nuts about music, or at least the performances I give, it's almost like a selfish endeavor. Like, I'm not playing all these songs that I think people like. I'm playing all these songs that I like, and I love these songs. Like In Your Eyes by Gabriel is the one we're talking about. But my whole set list, I think there's one, maybe two songs that aren't really for me. Paul Simon once said, every concert, you get one song for you and the rest is for the audience. And I'm sure maybe at a bigger level that I do this, or the more I do this, maybe that'll become truer for me too. But at this right now, I'm playing 40 to 60 songs a show, and maybe two of those are for an audience. A wagon wheel's the best example I have for that, because if I have a crowd that's just not moving, not picking up, no interest or whatever, it's like, oh, 1 second, let me pull the pin on the fucking grenade here. Wagon wheel gets them every single time, without fail. See, that song I play for the crowd, not me. It's a fine song. It's not my jam, but I don't know. It's a selfish endeavor. You play 40 to 60 songs that you absolutely love, and so if it's for me, like, I'm playing these songs for me, I'm grateful that the songs that I like and the songs that people like, there's a big intersection. But if it's rooted for me, then who am I to make a connection like that? That's really crazy. So I don't know. It's very hard to process sometimes in these moments where there's these big connections between you and an audience member or a group of them. For me, because it's just like a really extra special thing, and it's like, that's crazy. Like, where else would you get that moment? Why else would you get that moment? And I don't know. I think I'm a good person and all, but it's like, maybe not good enough to facilitate those moments. I feel like I almost don't deserve to be a part of that process. I feel like I don't quite deserve to be, in that person's memory for a while, being like, that guy in the unfortunate passing anniversary of my husband played our wedding song unprompted, and it's like, I mean, the chances aren't that low of doing that, because if I play In Your Eyes at, say, every other show, that could be a very popular wedding song. So it's bound to be someone's wedding. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was the other day. I played at a place in Hanover. It was a really cool place. I just played that song, and the crowd went ballistic, and she said that's our wedding song. Luckily, her husband was there and around, and they had a good time, but not this lady at this winery. Very nice lady, but I don't know. I don't know how to process moments like that. Just these really special, otherworld feeling moments where you make a big connection. It's bizarre. I haven't figured out how to handle it. So, just came here to share that. And hey, maybe you're a musician, maybe you're a performer, and perhaps maybe you're a member of the audience sometimes, and you make a real connection to the performance, be it a song or something like that, or a story that you really connect with. And if so, either musician or audience member or both, if you've experienced a moment similar on either side or in between of this spectrum, please have a discussion with me. You know, how do you process that? Process it? What goes through your head? What are you thinking? Um, where you at with the whole thing? Because I don't. So please let me know. But live long and love on, baby.